Hi, everybody. How are you? We're here with a very special guest today in our podcast. We have presidential candidate Roque de la Fuente. He's here in Miami talking to our community, to all of you who are watching us. Roque, welcome to our podcast. Say hello to our audience, please.
Christian,
Nice to meet you.
thank you to having me.
All right. Tell the audience why do you want to run and to be a candidate and to be president of the United States?
Well, it's we need to have better choices. The two choices that we had in 2016, it was Hillary and Trump. Since Mr. Trump likes to use adjectives and nicknames, I basically thought it was dumb and dumber. But more importantly, as I did not know who was which. Now we are basically now 2020. We have seen the way Trump has taken his divide and conquer attitude, and he basically likes to put everybody that's Latin, everybody that's south of the border, from there all the way to Argentina. As far as he's concerned, this person's non grata. Well, guess what? We're part of America too, and we build America. We speak two languages, the majority of us, and we need to stand together. And we need to tell him that we are united, and that together we are stronger. And that's my objective. Please go to my page, and when you go to my page, Rocky101.com or Rocky2020.com, you can find out everything about my position, about my jobs, my education plan, my integration plan, and basically saying that spending $4 billion on a wall that's not going to accomplish anything when you can get a $50 saw and cut through it. Folks, we need to be smarter how we spend our tax dollars. We need to be smarter how we basically tackle all the problems that are facing our society. And we need somebody that is a business person. But guess what? Not just in New York, basically in all the United States and in the world.
Very interesting. Now, as you know, obviously, the media plays a very important role on how candidates can address their message, not only in their local states or cities or districts, but also around the nation. How do you plan to overcome this challenge where you have a media that is completely biased? They have set themselves supporting certain candidates. How can you get the support of certain media outlets that perhaps already made a choice, but maybe you have a proposal that might change their mind?
The question is very simple. The American people are very smart. And the first thing you need to do is qualify in the ballot. I have qualified in the ballot as of today in 8 states. Those are the only ones who can qualify as of today. And there's only 3 of us in Alabama, 3 of us in Arkansas. Today closes the people in New Hampshire, which is the first primary. And as people start seeing my name on the ballot, as they get their voter guides, they will basically, the amount of people that will go into my website to learn about me, because they're thinking we need to make a choice. Do we basically allow Trump to continue to go unchecked, or do we want to give somebody else an opportunity? And that's where I hope you do your due diligence, and I hope you basically select me.
Great. And just to finish our podcast, in terms of immigration, in terms of the economy, what makes you stand out from Trump?
Well, first of all, according to immigration, I treat everybody in this country as an asset, not as a liability. It is mathematically impossible to think you can export or deport 13 million people. If you figure that an average bus has 55 people, or an average plane has 120 seats, how many planes does it take to deport 13 million people? And who's going to fill those jobs that those 13 million people currently have? Those 13 million people are paying taxes. Folks, we need to be realistic. We need to have a path to citizenship for those 13 people. And if maybe not for citizenship, we need to have a path for a residency so they can be legal and they can be proud to be living in America. So I consider them assets, not liabilities.
I understand. And in terms of the economy, you are a successful businessman. You have proven yourself as a very smart person. In terms of the economy, what would be your take? How can we make the country even better in terms of the economy?
We need to generate jobs, and more jobs. Let me give you just one example. 108 years ago, America built the Panama Canal, and we had control of the Panama Canal for 100 years. Now it's controlled by the government of Panama. That Panama Canal today is obsolete. It's not wide enough to take care of all the new boats, or the new ships. We need to create a brand new canal, call it the America's Canal, in Nicaragua, between Nicaragua and north of Costa Rica. That automatically needs to be done by Americans, with American capital, not Chinese, because what's going to happen is the Chinese is going to build it, and as they build it, they will basically, everything that goes through that channel is going to be charged, and we as consumers will end up paying for it. So my first proposal would be to generate that beautiful project, that's something that's going to last 50 to 100 years, and will generate so much jobs that all those people from Nicaragua, Costa Rica, or Central America do not have to come north. Most immigrants would like to stay in their countries, so we need to generate work within their countries, where in turn they can get the economy to be able to buy American products. At the same token, if we can generate those jobs in the United States on American soil, let's bless it. Let's create infrastructure like it was built in the 1930s, like the Hoover Dam, or like the major airports. I propose a huge major airport in the island of Puerto Rico, so automatically everybody from South America can be able to travel to Europe, versus today, they're not allowed unless they have a US visa. Before, they used to travel via Miami on a transit visa. Now that's no longer allowed. So we need to be practical, and we need to be proficient to make sure that we are protecting as many jobs as we can.
Understand. Along those lines, there's something that is very important for this community here. We got two topics which are always on the table. We got Cuba, Venezuela, but I guess the bigger picture is, are you going to have a different approach in terms of Latin America? Latin America in some countries has fallen into the hand of extreme leftists or radical movements on the left. Do you have any vision of how you would deal with these issues down south?
If we were watching our backyards and we were investing in our backyards, and we would have American companies invest in those different countries, automatically we would have more say-so. By us ignoring them, they basically get to like a sailboat without any wind. We need to direct the wind so the sail can be basically, the spinnaker can be basically 100% filled up.
Okay, perfect. Well, guys, there you have Roque de la Fuente. He's a presidential candidate for the Republican ticket. We welcome you to follow his website. If you want to vote for him, if you want to donate any monies to his campaign, you can do it on the website that you're going to see on your screen. And Roque, thank you for coming to Miami and talking to our community. We're pleased to have you here.
I'm very proud to have met somebody else that's 100% bilingual just like I am.
Thank you, sir. Welcome.
Thank
and
you.
the best of luck.
Thank
See you guys.